Today we're playing Mobile Murder Mystery. I don't know what this is. Let's go. Alright, so our phone's about to die, and I didn't really look to see what was on that screen, so... Unseen narrator. Second day of December. At this time of the year, I finish work way after the sun sets. Rain had been falling for a couple of days now, and it had been cold. Suddenly, between 3 and 4 in the afternoon, the icy showers stopped, followed by a shivering dampness in the air. The sky is pitch black. Gas lamps in the streets seem bright enough to pierce through my eyes. I don't really register my way back home. The steps I take are all automatic. It takes me a few moments to find my keys. Guess my hands got numb from the cold. Keep fumbling for my keys for a while. When I'm inside, the familiar smell of moldiness fills my lungs. Most of these buildings have it. I think I've even grown to like it at this point. Next, I cautiously climb the stairs, trying to avoid my neighbors. Things have been silent lately, so I should be fine. As I enter, I think about nothing in particular. Today's the second day of December. This could be the first or third. The same each day, really. Most of the time I do two things: work, then rest at home. I usually go straight to bed, gradually sinking into a state of forgetfulness. Put my phone on silent, leave it on my desk. Then I go to the bathroom, wash my face, and have a glass of water. Today I feel sick and cold. My lungs are heavy and burning from the rainy weather. Next thing I know, I'm lying in bed. Soon enough, my consciousness starts to fade away. As my mind briefly leaves this place, it projects all sorts of forms and patterns in my head. The nature of these shapes would serve as a better introduction to who I am than I could ever hope to tell. At first, the phosphenes don't form anything. Tiny red dots litter my vision, almost too small to have color. They move and stay in place at the same time. If I had opened my eyes, they would remain. I've seen these familiar little shapes since I was there. I've seen these familiar little shapes since I was 3. They always reminded me of cherries. I see heads, long lost and forgotten, stiff and lifeless. They all wear the universal expression of pain. I know they aren't real, they still frighten me. What scares me the most is that their pain always seemed more genuine than that of actual people living here. On second thought, they may be the same. Forms change again, and I see shades of deep blue, descending deeper and deeper, of floating spherical creatures filling the scene. My brain shuts down as I enter the realm of dreams. Soothing warmth envelops me. For a moment, I see a scene from my early childhood. It's a vague memory. The colors from way back seem brighter and more vivid. I try to hold on to this image, but the more I think about it, the more distant it becomes. I see a station leading into the sunset. Nothing beyond the rails. They don't lead anywhere. I start to feel my throat aching again. I open my eyes to see the tiny red cherries gone. I'm back on the 2nd day of December, present time. This wasn't the rest I needed. Just had the kind of sleep that leaves you feeling more tired than before. Tossing around in bed, I try to find my way to get back to the station. Deep down, I wanted to leave. An unfamiliar glow shot up from my phone. A call. Right, I muted it. Who could that be? I nervously grabbed my device, which I mostly use to check the time. To my surprise, I see an unexpected name in my recent call history. One of these girls from work. That's several missed calls. We got about 45 minutes, 17 minutes, and then another 40 minutes apart. I had 4 missed calls from her in the past 2 hours. With phone in hand, I sit down on the edge of my bed. Guess I'm ready to call her back. After 4 rings, she receives my call. Hey. Aglaya? Miss Kovats. Sorry for calling you this late. At first I wanted to leave a note on your table, but calling you directly seems like the proper way to approach this for me. I've made up my mind, so there's no going back now. Today was my last day at work. I quit. I also noticed that we have a full bar of battery charge. I know that doing this without the 2-week notice is pretty unprofessional, but when I think about going to work tomorrow, I was restless. This has been building up inside me for a while now. At first I had no intention of trying to stop her. Made up her mind after all. But as her boss, I should have something up my sleeve to counter her somehow. Should be paying attention to what she's saying, but as soon as I found out what this is about, my ears shut down in denial. She's still monologuing. Hearing her anxiously making up excuses makes me think I'd really be in trouble if she quits out of the blue like that. I feel a sudden wave of disassociation thinking about doing all the work on my own. Sure, letting her go without the 2-week notice period would be a nice thing, but without any time for preparations, I'd do double the work in peak season. With how understaffed we are, I might just quit after her in the end. Boss, are you still listening? What are your thoughts on this? I mean, I can't make her work for 2 more weeks. I do believe there are branching narratives for this game, so I'm going to do what I would do on this first playthrough. Or do what I think this character would do, maybe? I'm not sure how to phrase that. Anyway, we're going to let her go. I cut the guilt trip crap and wish her luck. Thanks for understanding. I know that I'm burning bridges this way, but you wouldn't believe me. I was so upset by this. Even now. To be honest, I'm walking all over the town. Just couldn't sit around until we settled this, you know? Maybe out of curiosity or to ease tensions, I ask her about her plans for the future. Well, I have no idea. thinking about leaving town. I mean, tonight. Her response surprised me. I explained to her calmly that people who leave the city limits never return. As far as I know, nothing outside of the city but an endless wilderness. Yeah, I've heard the stories. But it doesn't really matter in the end, does it? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to sound nihilistic. I mean, leaving through the city gates, never to return. Sounds pretty romantic, don't you think? I had no idea she was fostering such thoughts. Her reason for leaving is nonsensical. Well, I don't know about that, but our character seems to think so. Fewer and fewer people have this kind of drive to leave. And yet, despite her leaving me in a slump, it really brought a bit of color into my day. Look, I know I'm in no position to lecture you now. As I mentioned before, I have no idea what to do with my life from this point forward. But before I go, I just want to tell you something. When you sign up for a job, any job, really not much you can actually achieve. I mean, there isn't much that needs to be done, that's all I'm saying. Most of the business of day-to-day life takes care of itself. It runs ahead on its tracks, like it always used to, for as long as there's been people around. You just exist to watch it all unfold in front of you. Don't take it too seriously. I did, and I got trapped in it. I don't want it to happen to you too. I'm not sure what to say, so I wish her luck. Couldn't see her expression, but there was a smile there somewhere, hidden in that silent moment we shared. And just like that, my duties at work doubled. But that's the least of my worries for right now. Not just the extra duty and me having a cold. Feeling restless. Her words stirred something within me that I can't yet understand. First things first. Need something warm to warm myself up. Slapped myself on the face and got up to make some tea. Before I know it, I'm back to autopilot. Put water in the kettle. I stop for a moment, deciding which tea to use. When I use up my favorite kind, I end up buying the first thing the next day, so I never use up the other boxes. I'm sorry, I end up buying it the first thing next day. Still, I stop for a moment in front of the tea boxes, pretending that I have other options. Just a part of my tea making ritual. Pick my favorite, of course. Just before the water is ready, I feel a weird sensation in my throat. I instinctively look behind me. By the window. Who is that? I feel watched. See a sudden flash of light so bright I instantly shut my eyes. When the light is gone, I open my eyes, but all I can see is black. My eyes slowly adjust to the sudden changes. When I realize what's going on, all I can do is laugh nervously. This fever got me on edge, telling myself. The kettle, the lights, they don't work anymore. Just an ordinary blackout. I need my phone fully charged tomorrow morning for work. I have to search for my power bank in the dark. I was digging inside my drawer in silence when she disturbed me with yet another call. Hey, sorry for calling again. I got to tell you something important. I left a loaf of fruitcake in the fridge at work. Well, let's pretend that I left it there on purpose. You can have it. That's what I'm trying to say. I thank her half-heartedly and keep on searching. Sorry. Yeah, I do have a habit of calling the wrong time. Oh man, just look at the time. I'm already behaving like someone unemployed. I apologize for calling it a bad time. I mean, I'm not gonna hang up on her. It's okay. I had to keep telling her that I'm fine talking like this. We ended up chatting about all sorts of things. During the whole conversation, I could tell she's on the go. The footsteps, the breathing, the traffic noises, everything indicated she's really leaving town. I tried skipping the matter though, at least for a while. Despite the blackness of my room and my cold, this is the first time I felt comfortable in a while. Like two teenagers finding unlikely calmness and opening up to each other, such was our talk. My droning days at work, the isolation, the dullness, everything evaporated in an instant. I knew very well how fragile these moments are, so I didn't ask why she was leaving so suddenly. One thing was sure, she was dead serious about leaving tonight. I barely know anything about Aglaya, but I could feel clearly now that she's passionate like that. Hey, I know you're curious. It's alright, I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm on the west side of the residential district. Very cold outside, but at least it's not that dark. The lights here saturate the streets with colors. Can't see a living soul around here, though. A few hours walk until the outer gate. We can talk until then. That's pretty presumptuous, but okay. Or until my phone battery runs out. With how dramatic her words sounded, it suddenly hit me in the head. Something about this conversation bothers me. I can understand how two people can connect in unexpected ways, but this is still odd. Why is she talking to me on the night of her disappearance? Shouldn't you be talking to your family or friends? I ask her. Don't look too much into it. If I had to give a reason why I'm talking with you, well, sometimes you just need a fresh perspective, that's all. When you start fresh, it gives you the feeling of progress. You can cover a lot of ground when starting anew. I've also discovered that expressing myself to those I love is often painful for me. I'm a tough person like that. I see a bar of her battery, or our battery, has gone down. There's just something with my close ones that's slightly out of my grasp. Feels like no matter how many times I talk to them, I can never close the gap between us. Sometimes it feels like we're standing on two opposite sides of a chasm. This is a bit different. To me, we're just pleasant colleagues. We worked at the same place, fulfilled our assigned roles. It would feel the same with you if we were closer. This is the main reason I'm talking with you right now. As bad as it sounds, what I'm saying is, I'll be out of the city before we can get too close. That was a bit too blunt. Sorry. Her tone dropped suddenly. I'll let you hang up soon. Bear with me for a few more minutes, please. I think I might be in danger right now. Just let's keep talking for a while. What's happening? Did I call for help? I asked her clearly in one swift breath. I'm at the edge of this weird block right now. There's a marked house out here. Should be silent, but someone's living there. Some lights are on. I can feel their presence watching me. Are you sure it's marked? Yeah, it's my first time seeing one, but I'm pretty sure. There shouldn't be lights then. Yeah, don't believe me then. Just don't hang up now, please. Passing through it. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm through. This place stank, I'm telling you. The air was evil. Look, I'm through that corner. I'll let you go now. Thanks for everything, really. We should wait a few more minutes to make sure you're safe. Alright. Thanks. Do you think there's a bit of truth to what those weird preachers say? The one about buildings having souls? The atmosphere is cool. I kind of want to know about this world now. Let's see. No would be the most comforting, but let's go with not sure. I'm not so sure anymore myself. If it's true. One more reason for me to leave this place. I tried skipping the topic about the supernatural on purpose afterwards. We tried talking for a few more minutes, but we lost the flow and couldn't get back to where we were. I knew it, and I'm pretty sure she felt it too. A new feeling also lingered in my mind. Maybe I've gotten too entangled in her affairs, and it started to wear me down. I felt a sudden desire to get away from the phone as quickly as possible. I just lost another bar. I was about to say goodbye, but Aglaya was quicker. I just received an unexpected call. I should be taking this. Thanks for talking to me. I will not forget this. I nod in silence. That's odd. Something's going on here, and I don't want to speculate on it. I'm just going to let the narrative play out for now. And we hang up. Still have a few hours left until tomorrow. I check the lights, still not working. I check the walls around me, still in place. As soon as I lie down, like a battery that's lost its charge, my consciousness fades away. I was surprised how easily I got up in the morning. My cold is getting better and I'm feeling happy getting back to my routine. In the morning breeze of winter, I reviewed the events of the night before. I talk with Aglaya over the phone. Each sentence feels strangely distant. It's been a long time collecting my thoughts. Finally, I stopped in front of the store. I used up the last of my favorite tea filter this morning. Curiously, I wasn't feeling like drinking tea at all. I was zoning out, staring at the window. After a deep breath, I decided, let's stick to our routine, to buy the usual tea. Better to keep things on track. I've decided to buy the usual. Truth be told, my conversation with Aglaya caught me off guard last night. I feel like I have to balance out these fresh feelings with something that gives me known comfort. Every time my mind wandered off during my walk to the office, I stopped and looked at the box of tea carefully. The mundane pleasure I associate with this particular tea helped me to focus on my tasks ahead. Before I knew it, I regressed to my original day-to-day mindset. Spent the rest of the month doubling down on my tasks. It was a lot of work, but I managed to keep it together. Later that year, a dreadful feeling overcame me as I stood in front of my home. I've had a hunch that I forgot about something, but whatever it was, it seemed insignificant. After a quick search for my keys, I entered the building as usual. I wonder where the other tenants are. It's starting to feel like a morgue in here. After unpacking my things, I settled down for my usual rest. These naps have been the highlight of my days. The world of my dreams is becoming increasingly vibrant and clear. It's always the same colors. It's a memory from the past. I can see it. The bells used to ring loudly. The city of the past is full of life. It's strange. Back then, I did not need to interact with all these people. They were just a pleasant backdrop accompanying my early years. Yet, many years later, it would now feel so natural to stop and befriend them. I would love to meet them and talk about all sorts of things. Sadly, I'm stuck. Maybe I can stay here a little longer. I could feel a painful pressure building up in my chest, but I refuse to wake up. No point in getting up tonight. Little by little, my thoughts muddled. If I've had to choose between this world and mine, I'd choose the dream of the past over and over. The days continued with this mindset of living in the past. My fate cemented to break down my life to a series of repeating loops. First, I got to work. Then I go home to dream. First work. After that, dream. Work. Dream. Work. Dream. Work. Dream. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh, hello, face in the wall. What is this smell? Something smells like black mold in here. I can't move my legs anymore. There's another scent. Is that pee? I can make out a ghostly figure in the hall. Who's making pee in my kitchen? The intruder turned towards me. Couldn't make out the face. Little by little, the figure dissolved into nothing. My thoughts began to feel rotten and sickly. The mold was spreading quickly, like black ants over a ripe fruit. My soul projected itself into the center of this damp, disease-ridden nest. My body was lost, and I could dream no more. All that was left of me was a white envelope with something small inside it. I could see it on the kitchen counter from the corner of my room. My throat was all dried up and salty. I wanted to get out of here, but my torment seems eternal. After God knows how long, I started to see my situation in a different light. I still couldn't move out of the corner. I was like a long dead bug in the corner, all dried up and forgotten. Just what on earth was the web I got entangled in? I've had no idea. Didn't even matter. I've accepted my fate as a passive observer of sorts. In time, I've become quite good at it. I was calm, cold, and unchanging like the stones around me. The hive was also evolving. The fungus dried up, and its flakes of dead tissue flew across the room. I couldn't move, but I could channel my consciousness through this flying dead matter. This necrotic skin stuck up on the windows so that I could see through them. No longer facing the kitchen, I quickly developed a new obsession. Ooh, we're looking outside. With my soul eye fixated on the streets, I forgot all about my previous form. My new body was an unmoving object, a transparent window, passively observing. I had no desire to spread my influence further. All things considered, this life was perfect, if you could even call it that. There was a corner in the street that I really liked in particular. I ended up staring at it blankly, lost forever in the past. As my mind was dying, the electricity started failing too. Blackouts began in the house. Soon enough, the whole street started going dark, spreading like cancer. In the darkness, I've lost everything that made me human. My last thought as a sentient being was spent watching someone in the dark, lost in time. She was making hurried steps towards me while speaking on the phone. She locked eyes with me. My mind went blank after that, joining my body in a place far away from here. Aglaya. Right now, there's a marked house here. It should be silent, but someone is living here. Lights are on. I can feel their presence watching me. Ending. Work. Route C. Alright. That was neat. I'm gonna play through again. We're gonna make some different choices. And we're gonna do it next time. I wanted to say a thing or two about what I think, but I'm not sure what I do think. I think that we chose the routine and average everyday choices, things that somebody just getting through life with doesn't want any conflict would probably make. And we ended up in like a time loop sort of thing, maybe? I'm not sure exactly. I'm sure it's up to interpretation. Let me know in the comments what you think happened. But we're definitely going to play this one more time and try to make some other choices and see where it goes. I appreciate you being here. I'm Empty Bottle. Take care.